with time, end zone. Bullet juggle. Did Cleveland come out with it? Are we looking at 3 straight turnovers? Can Mick and company get points on the board? They do. Touchdown, SaberCats.
Swag back. This is our game, man. This is our house. 3, 1, 2, 3, go right.
And stomped out. Cleveland Thomas goes over the wall. 4th and 2, Stanley. Complete, first down, San Jose, and more. It's going to be a touchdown as Williams sheds the defender and gets in. Rowley got buried. Gonna let it go, end zone knocked away, incomplete, Fontenette. San Jose gets the W and improve to 3-3.
Nickner, plenty of time, looking deep downfield. He's got it! Touchdown, SaberCats!
It's time for SaberCats Weekly right here on Comcast Sportsnet. I'm Chris Townsend. The SaberCats won a tough road battle against Portland, and their defense was absolutely fantastic. Coming up next, we'll go over the highlights with the coach, Darren Arbett, and Dominique Curry, one of the most exciting young players in the AFL, will join us. That's all next right here on SaberCats Weekly. Well, now joining us here on SaberCats Weekly, the owner and head coach of the San Jose SaberCats, Darren Arbett. And Coach, you go on the road and get a victory, but what a strange game, especially the start of this game. Have you ever been involved in a game like this?
No. I'm proud of the guys. It's tough to win the football game. I told them that after the game, and they hung in there, and they won the game, and a lot of things didn't go right, and some guys made some plays at the end to win it.
Your first touchdown was scored by Dominique Curry. Coach, this guy is an absolute freak. To look at his size, to see his speed, looking at him at special teams, we saw him at first, but now offense, defense. Talk about this special player.
Big, strong, fast, can jump, great hands. I like Curry. He's going to be a good one.
Mickner dropping back to throw, fires to the end zone, has a man out there. What a catch and a touchdown for Doug Williams.
And then Doug Williams on a 13-yard touchdown would get his first touchdown. And I know this guy means a lot to you, and he's somebody that's stepping in with guys being injured. He stepped up big for you in this game.
Coach Omar Smith's been raving about him since camp. Omar really likes him, says he's going to be a good player one day, and he stepped up and played good for us.
So you guys trade field goals right at the end of the half. Nick Pertwee, Dr. Pertwee, would hit the 23-yard field goal to make it 19-17 at half. So you're down at half. What are you thinking, and what do you say to the troops in the locker room?
We just have to take care of the football, continue to play well on defense, and offense just needed to score a few more times.
Unfortunately, taking care of the football, you'd come out in the second half, and Russ would throw an interception. Obviously not the way you want to start the second half.
No, I mean, Russ, he's beating himself up over that throw. Russ is a veteran. He understands the game. He usually doesn't make those type of mistakes.
And then they'd come back in and they'd punch it in, and that would make it 25-17.
You know, we're in a ball game. Adversity, once again, is staring us in the face. What is this team going to do? We've been challenged a lot, and I like the way they faced it.
And Russ Mickner on the next drive would get hurt. Nathan Stanley, who we had on the program last week, really like him a lot, Coach. He would come in and lead you to a touchdown. Doug Williams, a 22-yard TD, and now that'd make it 25-24.
Have a lot of confidence in Nate. He's won games for us, and he needed to come in on that drive and did a nice job getting us into the end zone.
And the breaks go your way because Cleveland Thomas would pick up a fumble, and now this is a big stop for your defense.
It really is. The defense was flying around. Castile, Thomas, Fontenette, all those guys were flying around making plays back there.
And look out for Russ Mickner, the 1-yard TD, and now you're back on top 35-21.
Williams in motion. Play action, Mickner rolling left. Bootleg, he'll glide into the end zone. Touchdown San Jose, and the SaberCats lead for the first time tonight.
Like I said, adversity stared us right in the face. There was never any doubt in anyone's eyes. It's happened to us a lot this season so far, and the guys have stepped up to the challenge every time.
And then McNeil, for them, a 8-yard touchdown would put them up 32-31. So now we're coming down to the gun. And as you mentioned, adversity, your team's going to have to come from behind, as they had been coming from behind all game.
No doubt in anyone's eyes, they knew what they had to do, go out there and make plays, get into the end zone.
And then after that, there was an interception. Did you think maybe you might be in trouble there after that interception?
You know, you're always, I won't say concerned, but you know, you don't like to see that happen. But then that's where the defense gets their opportunity to step up and play.
You know, the past couple of years, Coach, I've been thinking about it. You've been able to rely on your defense. Your defense has had a knack this year and in the past couple of years of coming up big in big spots.
They really have. Coach Walker does a great job with the defense. Jason Stewart, Francis Maka, Terrence Carter, Lou Vasquez, like I said, Castile, Thomas, Fontenette, they all do a nice job out there.
Curry in motion, trips left. Mickna looks, pump fake, throws across the middle, complete for a touchdown. Rod Harper.
And then Rod Harper with a 4-yard touchdown, and now you're up 38-32.
We got to go out and play defense once again, and they understood that and told Coach Walker, hey, it's your time to shine, and he went out there and did a great job.
And then on the last drive, Ken Fontenette had a couple big plays right there, and it would end with a big play, a 4th and 8 on a stop, and you ended up getting the win 38-32. Is this a win you're going to look back on and say, you know what, this was a gut check win, and my defense was just huge for me?
I'm so happy for Ken Fontenette. Let's go back to that. I mean, against Arizona, he was hurting really bad. Ankle was hurt, couldn't get up and make those plays. It looked bad for him. We told him, hey, you're going to get an opportunity to make those plays and win the game for us. Stepped up, looked the challenge right in the face, knocked those 2 balls down at the end so we could win that ball game.
And isn't it always special to get a win on the road?
It is. I mean, it's anytime you can win a football game, I mean, it's great for your team. And I tell them every week it's hard to win a football game.
Wardrobe has been provided by Casera Clothers.
Keith Urban and his band are one of the biggest acts around the world, especially in country music. Brian Nutter is his guitarist. We got to follow him around from the sound check all the way to the national anthem. We hope you enjoy.
So today I am here in the SaberCats arena to do the national anthem and to bring the team on the field by doing Cat Scratch Fever from Ted Nugent.
Okay. We just have to figure out a way to get like the little amp and that kind of stuff.
Today I got up about 5 a.m. in Nashville, Tennessee, and my fiance and I headed off to the airport. We got here in San Jose by about 1 o'clock. Had the chance to get turned around and cleaned up a bit. I've actually played this room a handful of times, and it'll be neat, and it's been a packed house every time I've ever played here, but I've never played on a football field, particularly playing a football field, you know, in an arena. I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, I can imagine the energy is going to be really, really cool. There's pyro and all kinds of bombs and stuff and flames and all this kind of thing, and it's just going to be me out there with my guitar, my big bright green SaberCats green guitar.
In fact, this spectacular guitar was given to Brian by the SaberCats organization.
Your bombs bursting in there, you will get a couple of 2 bombs bursting in there.
That's good to know.
And these fire.
This is info I can use.
And all these guys will go up when you do Rockets Red Glare. And I'm going to try to hold it to your...
Oh, right on. That's really cool.
If you hold that note, I'll hold the
Oh,
fire.
yeah, you got it.
Okay.
And the Rockets Red Glare. Yeah. Currently, I'm on the road with a country artist named Keith Urban. You guys have probably seen him on American Idol and a variety of other things. Currently, I'm also working on music with my fiance, Blake Gray. It's called Unbreakable, and that should be finished up really, really soon. I've played the arena here a handful of times on the road with a variety of different artists. You're out on the road, good Lord, you know, 100 to 150 days a year. So time zones and flights and tour buses and all that kind of stuff can sometimes be a little tough to keep up with. But whenever you come back to a place like this that you're really familiar with in a city like San Jose that I love being in, it really helps sort of, center you and to make everything feel a little more homey. And that's why we love coming here. Yeah, I will definitely be a lifetime SaberCats fan now, without a doubt.
Hey SaberCat fans, my name is Sydney and this is my second year as a San Jose SaberCat. My favorite part about SaberCats game is coming out of the tunnel and hearing all the fans cheer. Let's go SaberCats!
The Saber Kitten of the Week has been brought to you by Norton by Symantec.
Week 5's defensive player of the game was defensive back Cleavon Thomas. Cleavon was all over the field Friday night, registering 5.5 tackles along with 1 interception and 1 fumble recovery. The defensive player of the game has been brought to you by Fries.com. We have one of the most exciting young players in the Arena League for you right now here on SaberCats Weekly. Dominique Curry joins us. Dominique, thank you for stopping by.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You know, not last week, but the week before that was your first game with the SaberCats. If people don't know your story, you've been in the NFL with a couple teams, you've been through injuries. You hadn't played in a football game in almost 2 years. How did it feel to get back out on the field?
You know, the butterflies was gone, but the excitement was there. And it's just something that I miss. I just missed being out there on the field with the guys. And I really haven't shared that with the team in 2 years, like you said. So just being out there and getting riled up and excited, you know, the pregame, the warm-up, the anticipation was just exciting for me.
A guy with your kind of talent, too, and we've seen it already in the 2 games. It's got to be so tough because of injury, having to sit out and not the one thing that you love, the passion that you have for this game, and not be able to experience it for 2 years had to be so rough on you.
Yes, it was rough, but my family, you know, my friends kept me level-headed. They wouldn't let me get down. There was times where I didn't want to work out, but they were like, "Come on, Dom, let's just go to the gym, let's do something," you know, and that just kept me going, you know, to not give up, to get the text messages, the phone calls, just to keep your head in the game and just to keep going.
That first hit, what was it like?
It was exciting, man. It was just, I mean, it was kind of like, wow, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know, I had to welcome. It was either be welcome or welcome somebody else. Yeah. So that was my welcome hit.
Yeah. So you take care of your business.
Yeah.
You know, so when we watch you play, you're normally an offensive guy, but you've played some defense in your career in college. It looks like, as a two-way player on both sides of the ball, very equal. Talk about, you know, the opportunity, even though you're an offensive guy, to be playing some defense and cracking some heads.
Well, I played linebacker in high school, so getting recruited, I was actually getting recruited as a linebacker as well. And then I kind of just fell into offensive mind in college and played a few games at defensive end. But to get back out there on defense is just, it's lovely to me, you know, just to hit somebody instead of get hit.
So you're completely embracing the Iron Man role.
Yes, completely.
Yeah, because I know not everybody loves that. Some guys will do it, and this league, you know, started on Iron Man, but This is something you definitely welcome.
Yeah, I like to hit people. You know, it's either hit or get hit. So I'm going to choose the hit.
Gonna go to Purify, back of the end zone, too tall, off the net, and picked off! Curry got it off the net! The net sprung it back into play, and Curry, the new kid on the block with the pick.
So you're from the University of California, Pennsylvania. You're a Pennsylvania guy. I know you have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. So you got a young family. Are they back in PA?
Yes, they're back in Philly.
Is that tough not having, I mean, because you got really little kids.
Yeah, it's very tough. I try to talk to them as much as possible, receive pictures. Every time my mom gets them, she sends me pictures and tells me what they're doing. I receive pictures from them while they're in school, and, you know, it just keeps me going. Lets me know the reason why I'm actually still playing.
And at any point, are they going to come out here during the season?
Yes, they're going to come out when they're finished with school. But right now, school's first.
What does it mean for you to play football again and to play football for the San Jose SaberCats?
It's a blessing to play football again. I was almost on the verge of giving up. But to get a call from this organization, you know, I did my history, my research, and the background, and the people that I've talked to, they had nothing but good things to say about this organization. And when I came out here to meet the coach, it was just a welcoming feeling, and I just, you know, I wanted to play for this team.
Well, you know what? I know you've had to go through a lot to get where you are today, and we can see the passion that you have playing football in the 2 games that you've been here for the SaberCats, and the talent is there. Stay healthy, and good luck the rest of the way. It's going to be fun watching.
All right, thank you.
Week 6 Offensive Player of the Game was wide receiver Doug Williams. Making his AFL and SaberCats debut, the Mountain View native Williams hauled in 6 passes for a game-high 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. Offensive Player of the Game has been brought to you by Fries.com.
Hey, what's up? This is Jason Stewart, nose tackle from San Jose SaberCats. I'm from Bakersfield, California, graduated from Fresno State. And approximately this is like my 6th year of arena football. I'm looking forward to just playing aggressive and winning. That's what I'm looking forward to for the San Jose SaberCats, just winning. Let's go Cats! Let's go Cats!
The SaberCats Player of the Week has been brought to you by Norton by Symantec.
The head coach, Darren Arbett, with us once again here on SaberCats Weekly. And, Coach, when you look at that win on the road, 38-32, it may not be pretty, but in a championship season, talk about how you're going to have some of those games that don't work out perfectly, but the fact that you just got the W and you keep on going.
That's it. You know, you just want to get the W. Some of them are going to be easy. Some of them are going to be hard. Some you have to dig in at the end and win. And that one was definitely one we had to dig in at the end and win.
And when you have to deal with the quarterback getting hurt, bringing in the backup quarterback, the one thing that I've noticed this year, you can see how either guy you can feel real comfortable with. Whoever you put in, you can win the game.
I feel that way. Any one of the quarterbacks we have can win the football game for this football team.
Now, I remember years ago going down to the Staples Center with you. They went away. Now they're back as the LA Kiss. They just had a brutal loss in Iowa, 2-3 on the year. But just the fact of the rivalry that you had, how nice is it to have LA back in the league?
Yeah, you're right. I remember the days back in the mid-'90s when we played it was called the Pond back then. We played the Piranhas, the Anaheim Piranhas. It's a big game for us. It's another conference game. LA has Bob McMillan. They didn't play well last week, so you know Bob. Bob is really fiery, so he's going to have his team ready to play. We understand that. We didn't play as well as we wanted to on offense. Defense has another challenge out in front of them, and special teams needs to get a lot better.
And I know you have a lot of respect for Bob.
A lot of respect for Bob. Bob's going to get it corrected, and hopefully he doesn't get it corrected this week when we go play him. So, but they're a tough opponent. They have some good players out there, and we're going to have to be prepared and ready to play.
As you start looking at the stats and start breaking it down, yes, they're 2-3, but there's one thing that they do. They get after the quarterback, and the one guy, Bo Bell, talk about him, 8.5 sacks, and this is a relentless defense.
Bo Bell, I mean, one of the best in the league, really can bring it from that middle spot. They get a lot of pressure up the middle, and that's something we have to work on this week.
How do you feel about your pass protection this year?
I like our pass protection. I like the guys up front. I think they understand what I want out of them. I'm pushing them, and they understand that I'm a pusher, and I'm going to push them until that 21st game we play. I'm going to push them hard, and I'm going to want more out of them. They understand that.
You know, the one thing that you notice when you play some of these teams who might be dangerous, they may not have the best record, is when they got a veteran quarterback. J.J. Ratterink has been around. We've seen him coach for years. Talk about this QB and how he can be dangerous for you.
Beat us last year in Iowa. Had a great game against us, threw a lot of touchdowns, and we're going to have to be prepared for him.
Not only do you have to deal with J.J., but they have 2 pretty good wide receivers coach, and Marquis White and Donovan Morgan. These guys, they can spread you out and they can get to the house.
Yeah, Donovan Morgan is a good one. He's put on a lot of muscle, strong hands, good route runner, plays with a lot of emotion. He's definitely a guy we have to contain. And then Marquis White, 6'7", can jump, long arms, can run, great route runner. He's another guy we're going to have to really cover well.
Yeah, that's an interesting one when you're 6'7", because you're not going to have anybody in your you've got a good secondary, but you don't have anybody that tall. How do you go about covering a guy who you know if they get it up there, it's going to be tough for you to have somebody to defend it?
Can't tell you, Chris. A lot of people watch this show, so I'm sure they're watching. But if you come on Saturday night, you'll see.
Well, we'll be watching on Comcast, Coach. It's going to be interesting to see your secret. But, yeah, that Big wide receivers. I know you covet big wide receivers. Big wide receivers, they can be tough to deal with.
They really can. I mean, like I said, 6'7", long arms, down in that red zone. He and Morgan are huge targets.
Well, Coach, it's always interesting when you hook up with Southern California. That rivalry, the LA Kiss, it's the first time these two franchises have met, but a long history with San Jose taking on a Los Angeles team. Good luck, and then next week we'll be talking about a home game back at the SAP Center.
Hey, thanks, Chris.
The SaberCats are back in action next Saturday down in Southern California. Their first ever trip against the LA Kiss. You can see the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. And of course, we'll have the highlights for you next week right here on SaberCats Weekly. We'll see you next time.
SaberCats Weekly has been brought to you by Dr. Sharma South Bay Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Kissera Clothers, Norton by Symantec, and Fries.com.